First of all, I appreciate everyone that came out today. With it being a 1 o'clock tip right after church, the opportunity to recognize our HBCUs, our historically black colleges and universities, and what they represent and what they do for our communities and country. We were proud to be a part of that today, and just appreciate everyone's support very, very much. Proud of our team today, the way we were able to come out and continue our homestand. 43 bench points, and just a lot of positives, but also a lot of opportunities to learn. We know that it's about to get really real here on Tuesday night against a really good 6-1 Memphis team, and we have our work cut out for us. So hopefully this past week of one-day preps will jumpstart us into a really great Monday, starting with our academics and then finishing off the day with a good practice and getting ready for, again, a really good Memphis team.
Coach, you mentioned the one-day preps. What kind of advantages has that given you, and what challenges has that given you so far?
Well, I think it's challenged our maturity level and our focus, because obviously we have a lot of inexperienced players and a lot of new players in our system. So from our leadership, it's challenged them, it's challenged our staff, but most importantly, I'm just really proud of how our team has responded. I love how we're trying to be the best that we can be and taking it one day at a time and trying to get 1% better. We have not had our practice guys, so that's been a little bit. So I think it's not been just exactly easy, but I think it's challenged us to be better. I think it will help us in the long run from a maturity standpoint and a focus standpoint, and I like who our team's trying to be.
This is for Kyla. You came off the bench and scored 16 points today. How did you kind of prepare during the week for your name to be called up, and what did you see on the court today?
Today, I just saw the opportunity to just go, you know what I mean, just be on go mode. And my coaches and teammates always give me the opportunity and support me and make sure I'm encouraged. And it was just easy once I hit one shot. It was just easy to tell myself, and then with my teammate and my coaches behind me, it was easy to keep going.
Coach, your team had a really strong second and third quarter. What have you been kind of preaching in practice and throughout the games to try to keep the momentum that you started off in the first quarter with?
Well, I think we're just talk a lot about consistency and playing the next play. I don't think it's anything I'm doing. I just think, again, it's the maturity level that we're trying to reach with consistency for 4 quarters. We struggled here in some second quarters, and we just have to put 4 solid quarters together. That's the strength in numbers that we're trying to be from a team standpoint.
Jemiah, you had 4 steals today, which led to a lot of points on offense. You've got over 20 steals on the season. What's kind of led to that your steals on this season?
I take pride in the defensive end, so I know when I'm out getting steals, it's gonna go throughout the whole team. That's you had Mara diving on the floor for balls. You had Tay out there getting steals. When I'm electric, I know my team is right behind me, so that's what fuels me.
To follow that up, Coach, what do you think Jemiah adds to the defensive presence on the court?
Just a toughness and, energy. She just plays really hard, and I think our team really feeds from that. Just a toughness and a will, and it's like that every day in practice. Jemiah is one of those kids that's interesting because she practices as hard as she plays. And if everyone had those top practice habits, it really feeds over to game time. So that's something that I enjoy coaching, is she practices as hard as she plays. We want her to be more aggressive offensively and look to get to the free throw line. She's improving her free throw today, and she got to the line. But the thing I'm probably most proud of is 5 assists and no turnovers in 20 minutes. So it's a pride and possession on both sides of the ball. So proud of her maturity.
Coach, a lot of times, stat sheets, people are praised for one person putting up a big number, but as a coach, how beautiful was today's stat sheet with it all being spread out and everybody getting a lot of playing time?
Yeah, with back-to-back games the way it's been this week, I thought we were able to rest our starters, but I thought there wasn't a letdown. I thought we could have took a little bit better care of the ball and, pride in possessions and minimize it. It might not be a turnover, but it might be we didn't get the best shot we could, or, we didn't box out on a free throw. But we've got to improve possessions and taking pride in them regardless of what 5 Alabama players on the floor. I expect a lot from our bench. We had 43 points today. That's a real positive. We're really proud of Kyla. You know, Kyla's basically a freshman. You know, she's in her first year of what we see as a 4-year plan, and she really is improving and growing. She's an open book. She's a great student of the game. I just love her presence and who she's trying to be. And I think you're going to continue to see days like this from her because she can do it day in and day out. Thank y'all again for coming out. Appreciate you, and roll Tide.